One of the things over the years that we have really focused on is making sure that we have food security in our home. If you're just meeting me, my name is Amy Cross, and this is the Cross Legacy, where I teach you how to save money on groceries. Our grocery budget is $135 per person, and for just the last 2 years, it has been $270 per month. And that $270 is for just my husband and I living at the house, but our kids are now grown and flown. We have went through some major financial struggles being a young couple with some medical issues over the years. And I've done some other videos on that, but it really affected how we thought about food security. And also, some of my best friends and a family I used to nanny for were Mormon families, so I learned a lot from them. It really instilled in our heart that we needed to be self-sufficient and not worry about grocery store shelves being empty. So even things in our normal pantry that we are working out of all the time, we make sure that we always have things that other people are running to the store for in case of a storm or emergency, like having shelf-stable bread. That bread I get at Costco at least once or twice a year, and it has a 9-month shelf life, so we just use it up as we need. But it is nice to be able to know that we have something as simple as bread in the house. Now, most of the other food security items that we have an extended shelf life of 30 years. Over the years, I have purchased things that I have put into Mylar bags to extend their shelf life, and then they're stored in 5-gallon size buckets with Gamma Seal lids. Some of these things are just bulk items that we are using and working and rotating through, but they do have an extended shelf life. But I will buy larger quantities of things like sugar and store them in these buckets. We also have rice that I buy 25 pounds at a time, and that's the rice that we're using, but we also have it in the buckets. Or I buy 25 pounds of gluten-free oatmeal at a time, and that normally lasts us a couple years. Again, just trying to rotating those items at all times, but is part of our long-term food security also. Flour, I normally buy what I need for the year and keep that in glass containers in my pantry, but we keep wheat berries in the buckets, and those will last over 30 years, and then I can grind it into flour when needed. So you'll see me buy things like the gluten-free oatmeal and the rice, the flour, sugar, things like that I'm using in the pantry. You'll see me working those into our grocery budget and purchasing those through different grocery hauls. We post all of our grocery hauls here on the channel, so you can see during those videos when I buy things. Since the pandemic and shelves being a little bit more empty at times has also increased our awareness of how reliant we are on grocery stores. So that has also bumped up our intensity of wanting to have things. But again, we have been working on having food security for 20 years now. The things that I buy, I watch for them to go on sale. Sometimes you can get them 75% or 80% off. And so I will grab like a can of chicken when I can, when it's listed for $10. And this has a 30-year shelf life. And since we are an allergy family, we also try to get single ingredient items most of the time. So I'm trying to make sure that everything is allergy friendly for our family. I was checking all the dates on these things as we were unpacking them. And the first time something is going to expire is not until 2036, but most of this is good with the best by dates until 2046. So we have things like butter, and the only ingredient in it is milk. And so we have this in case there's an emergency, and we have wheat berries. We know that we can make a multiple of different bread items. I have a couple different containers of just eggs. That's another great one for our family. This one doesn't expire, or its best by date is 2042. So I know even living closer to our family now, if they all needed to come over here, we would be able to take care of them for whatever emergency occurred. And it has become a Christmas gift ever since they have moved out that they get one emergency prep item for their Christmas present every year. And I will mention that some of these things were actually gifted to me for collabs because now I'm a content creator. This is something I have done for for almost our entire marriage, at least 20 years, is trying to, whenever we had extra money, to make sure that our buckets were full. If you're just starting out trying to get food security in your house, make sure you're concentrating on the foods that your family eats. One of the things that I think is a first starting out pantry item that you should get is some shelf-stable milk and some cereal. I don't care if you're just trying to make it until payday or not wanting to make dinner. Almost any kid will be happy with some cereal and milk for a meal. I normally keep a couple containers of liquid milk that expire within a year on the shelf. And then Mike normally gets really excited because I keep Cocoa Pebbles for him and twice a year he gets to have cereal. I just love the peace that this brings. I just turned 50 and knowing some of this food is going to be good into my 70s and 80s. We could open this at any time and use it, but we don't. We are really saving this for an emergency. I hope this gives you a few little tips to have food security in your home, and think about how you can do it gradually, not all at once.